Hello loves, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, this week's gonna be a little bit different than what I usually do. I just had surgery last week. I wasn't even sure if I was gonna be able to do live card pull or do card pulls. I'm not doing my live card pulls this week, but I wasn't even sure if I was gonna be able to do the collective message. But I'm getting it together. I think I'm going to be able to do it. And I love being of service. It just helps me feel like, I'm kind of getting back into normalcy. So I'm really grateful to be here. But to be honest, it's kind of hard to lean up. I had surgery on my abdomen. And so it's kind of hard to lean up. It's definitely really hard to lean over. If any cards fly on the floor, which happens a lot, I'm probably just gonna have to let them go. So we'll see. This is a collective message that I do every Friday. It's just an overall message for the collective. So just like take what resonates, leave the rest. I just do a few cards. I like to try and keep it brief. Feel free to click the link in my description below, and you can get added to my email list. I also do an energy update alongside of this. See, I'm already alongside of this card pool. This is my first time reading back, so it's my first time doing anything back, so we'll see. But yeah, I just want to I want to at least try. So let's see, guys. Thanks for being here with me on the journey. Let's just go ahead and drop in. Like I said, this is an overall message for the collective. So it's just really just take what resonates, leave the rest. Whatever's in the highest and best at this time, Spirit. Whatever is in the highest and best at this time. There's card number 1. I don't know why I feel called to do all 3 at one time, but I'm going to do it. Number 2. Interesting already. Really interesting. Okay, that's okay. Wow. Alrighty, so the first card that we got was protection. And it says, you, your loved ones, and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. The card right behind that we got was you're being helped. Heaven is working behind the scenes to help you, even if you don't see the results yet. And so when these both came out, one and then the other right behind it, I was like, this is really showing me there's a lot of angelic support right now that like even your things are protected, you are being helped, you are being supported, even if you may not see it in the tangible, even if it doesn't feel that way, you are. I'm just seeing a lot of angelic and heavenly support with these cards. And then we got the card time to move on. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so the new can come in. And I feel like this situation that's making you feel like maybe you are not as connected, or maybe feeling like you're not as supported, or you're not where you thought you were with your evolution and involvement in your, soul's evolution, is what needs to be let go. You are supported, you are being helped. It's just that this what needs to be let go because it's old, it's worn out, it's old ways of being, it's old ways of thinking, it's maybe even old relationships that aren't serving you, it's kind of like you don't feel supported. You feel like, why is this happening, essentially? And it's because it's the old belief that you had, the old way of being that you had, that's keeping you looping in a pattern. It needs to go. But that doesn't mean that you're not supported. That doesn't mean that this wasn't all heavenly guided. Sharing of yourself. I am an incredibly generous being. This feels like an openness. This feels like a loving who you are, sharing who you are, being generous with your heart. Being generous with your truth, like who you really are. I feel like the belief that is worn out, needs to let go, is keeping you from your truest soul self. It's keeping you from this kind of unique being. Like she's like literally got this ballerina tutu on a zebra, you know. It's like this kind of maybe more sensitive, maybe more open. The word generous is on this card. Yeah, just this maybe more like alternative person. And so you need to, or alternative way of living or being, whatever it may be. You've been in the box, and it's time to step out of the box and share and be open with who you know you really are. So interesting that I'm not getting a card. It's like I heard one flip over, but I didn't see it. No. Okay. Just keep shuffling. Just keep shuffling. Just keep shuffling. Part of me is nervous that's going to fall on the floor, so maybe if I lean over. If you're new to my channel, this is not how I usually roll, guys. I'm usually much more like... yeah, I can move around in a much more theatrical. I'm just healing. Mending bridges. I heal rifts. I am a mender. This feels like the part of this time, you know, or the part of the week that you mend and heal this what feels like broken part of you, and allow the generous, wealthy, abundant, divine part of you to take that over and to replace that. It's like swapping out beliefs, you know, the old broken, maybe fear-based, being swapped out with the open, loving, generous, wealthy, divine belief way of being. So this is the healing, this is the mending of those two kind of exchanging in a sense. Listening with your heart. I trust the messages I receive from my heart. So just continue to follow your heart, continue to follow, you know, your uniqueness and the most wealthiest, abundant, generous part of yourself that you know is there. You've just been hiding. And follow your heart, follow what you know your heart is telling you to do, and not the fear anymore. It's definitely like a healing week. Ooh, we got two cards. Usually I just pull one card out of the psychic deck, but we got two. Oh, I love this so much. So we got Material Harvest and Triumphant Success. This one was on top, and then I slid it, and it was like, woo, I wonder what's going to be under that Material Harvest, and it says Triumphant Success. So this healing and this moving into this more generous, wealthy, abundant, divine, letting go of the fear, letting go of the old, knowing that you're supported in that process, and you're supposed to move from your heart. It really has a beautiful harvest and success at the end, you know, when it all comes together kind of a thing. It's really a lot. I'm just getting this message of like a lot more than what you could probably think or imagine right now. So you might think what that wealth could be, or that success or that harvest, that material harvest, but it's actually going to be much greater than what you can even really think right now. So I hope this was helpful for you. I'm so glad I got through this whole reading. That makes me so happy. Yeah, I'm like slowly getting back to taking my one-on-one client calls and just, yeah, moving back into, you know, tiptoeing back into the water. So this was one of my tiptoes. Thank you all for being here with me. Thank you for supporting my healing and recovery journey. I also have my GoFundMe in the description. I'm so close to getting what I need to be able to, yeah, cover all of the expenses of this surgery and taking time off and everything. So If you feel called to donate, I would greatly appreciate that. I'm so close. And you all have a beautiful rest of your week. I will see you next week for the next collective message. You all have a beautiful week. Much love and namaste.